Hello and welcome to the International Mole Day. Today is 23rd October and the time is going to be 6:02, 2 minutes past 6. It will be after some time. We will celebrate the Mole Day. So, today and good mole. I am wearing a mask of a mole. A mole which lives inside earth comes out and digs earth and live inside earth. Because it is a mole day and we will celebrate the International Mole Day dedicated to the invisible heroes of chemistry. आज हम मना रहे हैं अंतरराष्ट्रीय मोल दिवस। रसायन के अदृश्य नायकों को समर्पित करते हैं ये प्रोग्राम। And the heart of chemistry, let me show my face. The heart of chemistry is mole. The heart of chemistry is mole, and today is the festival of mole, International Mole Day. रसायन शास्त्र का दिल है मोल और आज है उसका पर्व उत्सव अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मोल दिवस। तो चलते हैं, शुरू करते हैं the magic of mole, which is a counting magic of counting matter. Let's make it memorable with a mole day song. So are you able to see my screen? Those who have joined already? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll first listen to a song, and many are joining from the YouTube, directly from the YouTube. Good morning, everyone who have joined now the YouTube to celebrate the Mole Day with a song. Let me first start this song. Carefully listen to this song. Be ready with your pen and paper. We will celebrate. We will make a lot of fun. Welcome, Mole Day. Welcome, Mole Day. Happy Mole Day. Happy Mole Day. Happy Mole Day. Happy Mole Day. Welcome, Mole Day. Tell me what you understand by mole. A mole in the body part, or a spy, or a mouse-like animal living inside earth. Yes, all these But for chemistry, mole is a huge number, very huge. 6.02 times 10 power 23. 6.02 times 10 power 23. Place 21 zeros after 602. 602 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 zero 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 zero. A huge number indeed. Scientist Perrine gave us this number. Name is Avogadro's number. Avogadro's constant. SI counting unit. 6.02 times 10 power 23. Like a dozen means 12. Like a pair means 2. Like a ring means 500. For atoms, molecules, ions, electrons, protons and all microscopic particles, a mole means 6.02 times 10 power 23. A huge number indeed. Can you count this number? No, no, no. Impossible. Tell me the mass of 1 mole of atoms. 1 gram atomic mass. Molar mass. Tell me the mass of 1 mole of molecules. 1 gram molecular mass. Molar mass. Tell me how many atoms there in 23 grams sodium? How many molecules there in 18 gram water? It is 6.02 times 10 power 23 Avogadro number. Tell me 1 mole of gas, any gas, Tom, Dick, Harry, X, Y, Z, any gas carries how much volume at STP? STP, standard temperature, pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure, 0 degrees Celsius. The volume of 1 mole of any gas at STP is 22.4 liter. 22.4 liter, and it contains 6.02 times 10 power 23 molecules. Molecules. Mole concept makes chemistry easy, calculations easy. Mole is the greatest contribution to chemistry, to science. Let's celebrate Mole Day. Let's dance, let's sing, Let's dance and sing. Let's take pride for more. We salute you, scientists, for giving us more. Happy Mole Day, Happy Mole Day, Happy Mole Day, Happy Mole Day. So I once again welcome all of you to the Happy More Day today. Why it is on 23rd October? Because as you learned that 1 mole of any particle, any substance contains this huge number of particles, 6.022 and some more digits times 10 to the power 23. So 23 is the date. Today is 23rd. And 10 is the month. This month is October. And time is 6.02. That means we have started our program today exactly at 2 minutes past 6. 6.02, I am saying. That is why in actually Happy Mole Day, once again. This is the mole, which is an animal, a mammal, which lives inside the earth. By digging earth, it stays and it goes out and come back and remains inside earth. So in US, this year's theme is Molassic Park. Like Jurassic Park, they have called it Moliassic Park. And there we will have no dinosaurs. We will have atoms, molecules, ions, electrons, protons, microscopic particles. And as you already know, mole is a huge number. It is 602. And if you just place 21 zeros, I have sung it in funny manner, 00, and all that. So this is called sextillion, 10 to the power 21. 10 to the power 21. That means 1 and then 21 zeros. That is called sextillion. Just like billion is 10 to the power 9. 1, 9 zeros. Million, 1, 6 zeros. 10 to the power 6. Similarly, trillion is 10 to the power 12. And sextillion is 10 to the power 21. So after 602, if you make write 21 zeros, that becomes 602, sextillion. This is a huge number. And in Germany, mole means a hip. A hip. Something is, in a aggregated form, in a form which looks like a mountain, a small mountain. It's called a hip. So that is why that's a very confusing term actually. Therefore, so for coming 1.5 hours that we'll be enjoying today, a lot of fun we'll be making, you have your pen and paper ready. ठीक है? आपको एक pen and a copy you have to make ready because we'll be going very fast, right? So to avoid confusion, we shall be deleting the term E. We will be writing every time MOL. And everywhere in the world, mole is written as MOL because it is confusing. It's coming from a German word. A German word, hip, as we call in Odia, Godda, hip. But molecule is something different. Molecule, anu. And molecule and mole, they share 4 letters common. MOLE, MOLE, CULE. That is why a lot of confusion arises in the minds of students. Therefore, many students, I tell you honestly, many students, they are totally confused in the mole concept chapter and they say goodbye. Ho gaya. Ram Ram to mole concept. But it is so easy once you understand. It is so fun making that you will never ever. Because if you learn science in plus 2, class 11 and 12, or you go to any biology line or any other line, you will be encountering with mole every now and then. That is why to learn, understand mole concept is very, very important at this high school stage, 9 and 10. If you are a 9 class student, 10th class student, is well and good. And if you are still an 11 class student and still you are not good at mole concept, it is for you. So we will not write MOLE, we will write MOL. This is the teacher in US, Morris Oler, in 1991. He proposed to the US government to allow to celebrate a particular day, that is 23rd October, from 6:02 a.m. to 6:02 p.m. Don't worry, we shall be leaving after 1.5 hours. But we shall be again meeting at 5 p.m. just to celebrate, to have some fun. Some of you will sing any song relating to mole or not relating to mole. You can sing a movie song, Odia, Hindi, English, whatever you like, and you can send a dance clip. We can so to all those who will be watching this in the video form in YouTube, this is going direct telecast. Streaming is going on, and many of the students and teachers maybe will be watching much later. This is the morning hour to wake up early in the morning. It's difficult. So, good morning, Sasmita Sarma. Namaste. And after that, maybe after 2000, it became popular. In US, they started from 1991 to dedicate one day for mole, to make the students aware of the importance of mole, how important the mole concept is. Then all the schools in the US, America, USA, they started observing that day with a lot of fanfare. But maybe after 2000, Germany took over, and slowly and steadily, you know, everywhere in the world, it is going on this day. Now let us just listen to a fun question. Assume that 1 mole of US dollar. Have you seen a dollar note? $1 like 1 rupee. 1 rupee is not available in printed form. It is available in coin, but $1 is available in printed form. So that $1 is now, I think, in Indian currency, some 87 point something rupees. Ru. Ru. Now, I'm talking of 1 mole of US dollar, supposing it is distributed by the American President Trump. Suppose equally to all the people in the world, all the people, including infants. I'm just supposing. If one person spends $1 billion, 10 to the power $9, that means 10,000 lakh dollars per day. Can you ever imagine to spend $1 billion a day? Just imagine. You cannot spend so much of money if you stay in a 5-star hotel. even in the in any part of the world, in US or any part of the world, in five-star hotel, and eat, drink, whatever you like, purchase, buy gifts for anyone you like, any amount you like, still $1 billion is not a small amount. If you do so, then after what time, after what time period, 1 mole of US dollar will be completely spent? Assume the population of the world, Jansankhya, is 7 billions. Now here I have done the calculation. 1 mole, is such an incredibly large number. You can't count it. Scientists have found out with experiments, indirectly, not directly. You can't count 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a huge number. Nobody has counted from a hip that 1 mole contains this number. They have performed the experiment and they have determined this number with all accuracy. Now, if the population of the world is 7 billion and this is 1 mole, so if you divide, you get one person will spend how much? 8.6 times 10 to the power 13 dollars. Now then, he or she will consume how many days? Because in one day, he or she has to spend 10 to the power $9. So if we divide, then it comes 8.6 times 10 to the power 4 days. Now, how many years? So these days to convert into years, you divide by 365. So the total time required to spend 1 mole of dollars by all the people, 7 billion people in the world, and spending 1 billion USD, not rupees, dollar per day. So it will take 235.6 years. That means your son or daughter, then his or her son or daughter, that means your grandson. After that, the money will be spent totally, which is impossible. One cannot spend $1 billion a day. So this is a fun question to show you how incredibly large this number is. Now, let me give you another fun question. Another fun question. If some of you are watching who are not habitual in listening to English, try to make a habit. I am talking very, very slowly so that if you're a class 9 student in a vernacular medium like Hindi or Odia medium and you are not habitual in English listening, then try to make a habit. I will be speaking English very, very slowly. And sometimes I will be also speaking in Hindi and Odia also. When I will feel that I'm not accessible, I'm not comprehensible by some of you, I can feel, oh, that may be a mole magic, but I can feel that you are facing problems. Now, what is the net charge in Coulomb? Some of you might not be knowing that the electric charge, the unit of electric charge is Coulomb. It is written as C. C stands for Coulomb. Are you able to see my screen? Raise your hands, please. Those who are watching, joining in Zoom, raise your hands. Are you able to see my screen? Yes. And guys who are directly watching from YouTube, are you able to see my screen? Just write down yes. Or you can write yes, sir, also. Uh, now, okay. Now, Sasmita Sharma writes that she is quite habitual or used to listening to इंग्लिश। कभी कभी मैं हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा, टू मेक यू फील और टू मेक यू कनेक्ट विथ मी मोर। इसीलिए हमको एक इंग्लिश के सिवाय और एक इंडियन लैंग्वेज में भी कहना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इससे ज्यादा कनेक्शन हो जाता है बच्चों से, बच्चों के साथ। तो ठीक है, तो व्हाट इज द नेट चार्ज इन कूलम ऑफ वन मोल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स? डू यू नो व्हाट इज द चार्ज ऑफ वन इलेक्ट्रॉन? One electron has a charge, so small a charge, 1.602 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. That is the charge of one electron. So if one electron has a charge equal to this, then one mole of electrons is so large number. If you multiply that, it is coming this 9.64724 times 10 to the power 4. And if you multiply this 10,000, you are getting 96,472.44 coulomb. And that when rounded off to the nearest 500, it is 96,500 coulomb. 96,500 coulomb is famously called 1 Faraday of charge. 1 Faraday. After the great scientist Faraday, Michael Faraday, this quantity of charge, 96,500 coulomb, is called 1 Faraday of charge. Now, I'm slowly and steadily, I will be, in this session, I will be addressing the concepts with all fun. It's better that you have a pen and paper, a copy, so that we'll be doing a lot of calculations ourselves. And let me tell you, in the evening, it will be a fun session, real fun session. Well, let me tell you, if you cannot sing a song, then that will be supplemented by me singing a song for you, okay? Then if you cannot, send me a dance clip of yours, a solo dance, you can dance, any dance, just like any dance, whether it is hip hop or salsa or whatever is your form of dance, you can just have a video and you can, about 3 minutes, not more, or maybe less than that, you can send it. And I will put it in the screen, sharing screen, so that everyone will look to that. And of course, we'll be discussing the answers. I'll give you some task. Those who are determined to learn and be confident in the mole concept chapter, they will be doing not lot, some home task questions. And we will discuss the answers there. Okay. And for those who will be very pleased to go ahead with mole concept, we have a second session. That is December 26th. Just after that will be almost a holiday session, winter holidays. 25 is Christmas, and the day following Christmas, we'll be having the same morning and to go for level 2. Those who will be interested and who will be eligible means to give some time. You don't give some time to your pet dog or to your mom and dad or to, if parents are watching, to your children, then you cannot connect. You cannot have a good rapport relationship. Now, just for fun, I'm saying the number is so huge that if 1 mole of Kellogg cereal boxes, in India, the cereals are not taken by many, not in Odisha to any extent, as I know. But in Western countries, students, the kids, they take cereal, milk in a bowl, and then add cereal. That the Kellogg company is worldwide famous. It's like if that kind of box is being attached one by one, serially, side by side, then 1 mole of such boxes will connect Earth, Sun, connect Sun with Pluto. The last planet, of course, now Pluto is not a regular planet, it is a dwarf planet. So it will connect Sun to Pluto. How many times? 7.5 million times. A mole, 1 mole of Kellogg boxes kept side by side. And another analogy, if you had 1 mole of rice grains, chawal, grains, you could cover all the continents with rice piles as tall as Mount Everest. India, America, Europe, everywhere, Australia, like Mount Everest with these rice grains. Mole actually, that is a SI unit that connects between microscopic world like atoms, molecules, which are not visible to the human eye. It needs a powerful microscope with the macroscopic world. Supposing I will say, bring a teaspoonful of sodium chloride, table salt. Then you can know how many sodium chloride units are there, how many sodium ions are there, how many chloride ions are there. You can calculate. So the microscopic world, how many sodium ions, how many chloride ions, and the macroscopic world, how much quantity, 58.5 gram or whatever, you can connect. So that is why mole is so interesting. It can connect, it can, it's not, it can. It connects between the microscopic world, that is atoms, ions, molecules, with the macroscopic world we live in. This you know. This you already know. No need. You already know. Now let me ask you a fun question. This, can you hold 1 mole of iron atoms and 1 mole of water molecules in your palm? In your palm. Can you hold? Give me an answer. Raise your hands if you are here. Connected in Zoom, or those who are watching in YouTube. Can you hold 1 mole of iron atoms and also 1 mole of water molecules on your palm? आप आपका हाथ के ऊपर जो पाम है, इससे, इसके जरिए, इससे आप 1 मोल आयरन एटम्स को होल्ड कर सकते हैं क्या? 1 मोल वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स को होल्ड कर सकते हैं क्या? व्हाट इज योर आंसर? नाउ she writes, Miss Sharma writes, no sir, I don't think so. Anyone else? Now I'll ask Deepsika if no one else can answer from YouTube. Many have started watching. Can you hold
No, sir.
one? Yes, Deepsika.
No, sir. I don't think so.
Deepsika also says she doesn't think so, that she cannot hold 1 mole of iron atoms in her hand, or she cannot hold 1 mole of water molecules on her palm, on her hand. Is there any other answer who will say, yes, I can hold? Anyone? Shruti, can you hold?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the correct answer. Yes, you can hold, my dear children, my dear students. Yes. Why? That is the connection between microscopic world and macroscopic world. Micro means small, which you cannot see. Macro means big, which you can see. आप देख सकते हो, जिसको आप देख सकते हो, ये होता है मैक्रोस्कोपिक वर्ल्ड, मैक्रोस्कोपिक वर्ल्ड में। लेकिन जो जिसको आपका आंख देख नहीं पाता है, ये इसको बोलते हैं माइक्रोस्कोपिक वर्ल्ड। इस चीज और इस पार्टिकल जो भी हो, ये माइक्रोस्कोपिक वर्ल्ड का आदमी है। आदमी है, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग इन फन। मूल। But if you can see something, it is in the macroscopic world. Now, Shruti will tell me how she can hold 1 mole of iron. Let's hear. Yes? You said yes, and I said yes. You have to explain. Yes, Miss Sharma, I'm telling you. I want the answer from Shruti, who is, hiding, I think, deliberately not to answer. She said just for fun, thinking that if some two persons said cannot hold, if I say yes, I can hold, then maybe it is correct, and it happened to be correct. The answer I am saying, you know, 1 mole of any substance may it contain so large number of particles, microscopic particles, but macroscopically it is 1 molar mass. Can anyone tell what is the molar mass of iron, which is also called the gram atomic mass of iron? Molar mass is so common, it is used for substances which remain in atomic form like metals, or which remains in the molecular form like water, carbon dioxide, so on and so forth. Molar mass is a general term which represents the mass of 1 mole of the entities. Maybe atom, maybe molecule, maybe ion, whatever. So who can tell me? Now Miss Sharma says, yes, sir. A mole has, sir, I think mole has two small particles, then maybe we can hold it. Now she is changing her, version. Now tell me, Shruti, what is the molar mass or atomic mass of iron? Can anyone tell me? आयरन क्या क्या एटॉमिक मास है? कोई बता
Sir,
सकता है? यस।
sir, 55.8 U.
सो लेट अस round up to 56. So 56 gram is 1 molar mass or atomic mass of iron. 56 ग्राम, इसको बोलते हैं 56 ग्राम पर मोल। पर मोल मीन्स मोल टू द पावर -1। इसका मतलब 1 मोल ऑफ आयरन एटम्स वेज 56। आपको मिल जाएगा पीरियोडिक टेबल में, आप जब देखोगे इसका एटॉमिक नंबर रहेगा, दैट इज सीरियल नंबर, दैट इज द नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स इनसाइड द न्यूक्लियस, एंड अनदर नंबर होगा जिसको बोलते हैं एटॉमिक मास, पारमाणविक वस्तुत्व। It is atomic mass. That is 56, around 56. For calculation, let us make it a whole number, 56. That means 56 gram of iron is 1 mole of iron. And 1 mole means 6.02 times 10 power 23. That means 56 gram कितना होगा? Just imagine 56 gram, 50 ग्राम, 56 ग्राम, जो भी हो, आयरन हो या चीनी हो, नमक हो, इतनी सी छोटी सी अमाउंट होगा, सो आराम से आप होल्ड कर पाओगे, आप गिन नहीं पाओगे। 56 ग्राम में, आयरन में इतने सारे एटम्स हैं, 6.02 टाइम्स 10 to the 23 एटम्स है, आप गिन नहीं पाओगे, लेकिन है, ये तय है, ये साइंटिस्ट ने डिस्कवर कर चुके हैं विथ एक्सपेरिमेंट, इन डायरेक्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट्स। सिमिलरली वाटर इज ए कंपाउंड, इसको इसका हम मॉलिक्यूलर मास निकालेंगे। कोई बता सकता है क्या वाटर का मॉलिक्यूलर मास कितना होगा? टेल मी। वाटर, वाटर का मॉलिक्यूलर मास कितना होगा? मिस शर्मा, आप बताइए वाटर का मॉलिक्यूलर मास। यस, दीपशिका।
Sir, 18.02 U.
Or you make it round off. Make a
Sir, 18 U.
18 because hydrogen का atomic mass 1. There are two hydrogen, 1 plus 1, 2 into 1 plus oxygen का atomic mass is 16. Rounded off 16. So 16 plus 2 is 18. And if you just write gram, that becomes 1 molar mass of iron. Gram per mole, that is molar mass. Oh, sorry, of water. That means 1 mole of water, that is 18 gram. 56 ग्राम को हम आराम से हाथ के ऊपर रख सकते थे, लेकिन इससे कम 18 ग्राम। तो 18 ग्राम वाटर में शर्मा हम आराम से हम हमारा पाम के ऊपर हम रख सकते हैं। लेकिन ये अलग बात है, आप अगर थोड़ा सा इधर उधर करें तो वाटर गिर जाएगा, क्योंकि वाटर एक लिक्विड है रूम टेम्परेचर में। लेकिन आयरन गिरेगा नहीं, क्योंकि आयरन एक मेटल है, एक धातु है, एक सॉलिड है। लेकिन आप दोनों को आराम से हाथ के ऊपर रख सकते हो। नाउ आई showed you the connection between microscopic world containing so large number of atoms or molecules and the macroscopic world. How much? 56 gram iron. How much? 18 gram water. Got it? Are you clear? Yes. Now, this is Amendio Avogadro who says, hey, hold. I didn't discover my number. It was named after me. They honored me. Avogadro was a great scientist. I will tell what is the main discovery of Avogadro later. But to honor Avogadro, the great scientist, 100 years after the death of Avogadro, Perrine, as I told you in my song, Perrine gave the name of that huge number after the great scientist Avogadro. Avogadro did not discover Avogadro's number. It has so many scientists. Now I show you, there are so many scientists. This is the Jean Baptiste Perrine who was responsible to name this number after Avogadro. Now there are so many scientists from 1865. Low Smith is the scientist who really started to find out what is the number of particles present in 1 mole. But that number was not high. 10 to the power 23 they were getting. But it was some around 4 point something into 10 to the 23. Then Maxwell, then Kelvin, then Perrine. This fellow got a good value and he was responsible to give the name. Then Rutherford, Giger, Millikan, Bragg is the last scientist to give a good number 6.02. And finally, in 2019, the International Committee for Weights and Measures, they performed the same experiment which Bragg did in 1933, what is called X-ray diffraction experiment. The X-ray diffraction spectroscopy, which you cannot understand. I will not tell you. They did in more accurate instrument, more sophisticated instrument, and found this number to be this 6.02214076. This is now into, of course, I forgot to write down this. The main part of this is this one, 10 to the power 23. But for calculation, we take 6.02, simply 6.02 or 6.022. Sometimes if you are in a hurry, you take only 6 because after decimal there is only 0. So if you're in a hurry or you are answering some multiple choice question, you can ignore All these take only 6 times 10 to the power 23. Now, I've already told you that molar mass is such a wonderful term. 1 molar mass. Its unit is gram per mole. Can be used for atomic substances like metals, which remain in the form of atoms like sodium, iron, even any substance which remains in atomic form. O, although oxygen is a gas, is a diatomic gas. Diatomic means दो परमाणु लेके O2 तहत रहता है. लेकिन if you take O atom, then it is gram atomic mass. So 1 gram atomic mass is also 1 molar mass for O, which is 16, aluminum 27, iron 56, sodium 23, and so on. Chlorine 35.5, and so on. If you take a molecule, more than one atom, even if it is elementary, O2, N2, O3, or compound, CO2, ammonia, these are covalent molecules, then you take 1 gram molecular mass, just like oxygen O2, 16 plus 16, 32. But gram atomic mass is 16. CO2 is carbon is 12, oxygen, 2 oxygens, 16 plus 16, so total is 44. CO2, 44 gram is 1 molar mass, gram per mole. Ammonia is 14 plus 3, 17. So 17 gram is the molar mass of ammonia. 17 gram per mole. 1 mole of ammonia will be weighing, will have a mass equal to 17 gram. If you have an ionic compound, it is not called a molecule, it is called a formula mass, sodium chloride. Although हम गलती से मिस्टेक करते हैं, एक गीत है ना एक मूवी में, यही उम्र है कर ले गलती से मिस्टेक. तो हम हमेशा सोडियम क्लोराइड, एल्युमिनियम सल्फेट, सोडियम कार्बोनेट जैसा आयनिक कंपाउंड को हम मॉलिक्यूल बोलते हैं. सोडियम क्लोराइड मॉलिक्यूल, एल्युमिनियम सल्फेट मॉलिक्यूल. लेकिन असल से ये मॉलिक्यूल नहीं है, ये एक फॉर्मूला यूनिट. ये आयोनिक फॉर्म में होता है, Na प्लस Cl माइनस. इन एल्युमिनियम सल्फेट 2 एल्युमिनियम आयन, 3 सल्फेट आयन. लेकिन हम गलती से मिस्टेक करते हैं, ये हमको अलाउड है. मॉलिक्यूल अगर कोई बोलेगा सोडियम, एक सोडियम क्लोराइड मॉलिक्यूल कोई बोलेगा, इतना कोई ज्यादा पाप नहीं होगा. लेकिन इट इज नॉट करेक्ट. इट इज वन फॉर्मूला यूनिट. बट फॉर कोवैलेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स, it is really molecules. They are really molecules. Now, coming to, we can express a mole of entities in terms of mass. We already know that 23 gram of sodium is 1 mole of sodium atoms. 108 gram of silver, because the atomic mass of silver is 108. Don't worry, it will be given to you for calculation. You need not have to remember. 108 gram of silver, 1 mole of silver atoms. 1 gram of hydrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen atoms. 56 gram of iron, about which we were discussing, 1 mole of iron atoms. And all of these contain this 6.02. Only have taken 2 digits after decimal. 6.02 times 10 power 23 number of atoms, because we are talking of atoms. We're taking gram atomic mass. But if you take molar mass, yeah. Like, let me tell you, in some books, particularly I've seen in Odia book, very unfortunately, guys, let me tell you a secret, which you perhaps know. Those who are studying in CBSE, they know. But this is suicidal. Suicidal. Oh, I have to close it. Ting 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 को बंद करना पड़ेगा. Yes, suicidal. You know, CBSE board. I wish this should go to the CBSE board members. CBSE board has removed mole concept entirely from school subjects. I mean, chemistry 9 and 10. The mole concept chapter is completely removed. Although in Odia medium, some 2 pages mole concept is still there. mole tattva is still there. But I tell you, with all my maybe 40 years of teaching experience, that if you do not acquaint yourself with mole concept during school stage, then then you will miserably fail in chemistry while you are in doing +2. All the chemical calculations will base on your fundamental concept in mole concept. Miss Sharma is asking why sir. मैं क्या करूं, सीबीएसई बोर्ड क्यों इसको निकाल दिया, इसके बारे में मेरा कोई राय टिप्पणी नहीं रहेगा. Maybe I can guess, maybe many people complained that mole concept is difficult. I really will like to laugh at them, those who might have told the CBSE board members, it's difficult, so let us remove. Because it is what we say, पेस, जैसे पेस किया जाता है, बच्चों को जैसे पेस किया जाता है, ये सही तरीका नहीं होता है. सही तरीके से पेश नहीं किया जाता है, इसलिए ज्यादातर बच्चों इसको समझ नहीं पाते. दैट इज व्हाई दे फल्टर, दे आर स्केर्ड ऑफ दिस टॉपिक. Therefore, there was a necessity in the US, the most developed nation, to dedicate a whole day for more, to do some project, because I am, not running a school. I'm doing online. I'm not able to do some offline projects that we could have done in a school. We could have done some projects pertaining to mole. All the students will be given to do some project, small project, and demonstrate. Now, this is the modern definition of mole. A mole is defined as the SI unit for the amount of substance, it is macroscopic, which contains a fixed number of elementary entities of particular type, either atoms or molecules or ions, a particular type, which this number is this one, which I have already told you. That is called the Avogadro's constant. So maybe electrons, maybe protons, maybe molecules, maybe atoms of a particular type. Now we are coming to molecules. When you are talking of molecules, more than one atom, maybe a compound or it may be an element. N2, O2, these are elements, but since they are molecules containing more than one atom, so this is molecular mass. And if you just put a gram molecular mass, that will be called molar mass of those molecules. That is 1 mole. And 1 mole means, if you are talking of a molecule, contains the same number of molecules. If you are giving a symbol of atom, Na, O, K, Ca, then 1 mole will have same number of this number of atoms. But if you are writing a formula of a molecule, more than one atom, and you are taking molar mass as a molecular mass, then that 1 mole is containing 1 mole of molecules, or 6.022 10 to the power 23 molecules. 2 gram hydrogen. As atom, 1 gram contains this many atoms. But if 2 gram, if you take hydrogen gas, H2, then 1 mole means these many molecules. Glucose, which, those who study biology, they know how food is created in the plant, green plants, photosynthesis, C6H12O6. This is glucose. Its molecular mass will be 180. Carbon is 12. 12 into 6. 12 into 6. 72. Plus 12 into 1. 12 plus 16 into 6. 16, 6 are 96. So if you add all this, 72, 12 and 96, it will give 180. So 180 is the molar mass of glucose. 180 gram is the molar mass of glucose. 1 mole is 180 gram. that contains the same number of molecules, not atoms, molecules. Each molecule contains 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms. Similarly, for, as I was telling you, galti se mistake for ionic compound like sodium chloride, aluminum sulfate, if you find the गलती से हम इसको मॉलिक्यूलर मास भी बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन असल से ये होगा फॉर्मूला मास. वन फॉर्मूला मास विल बी सोडियम क्लोराइड का सोडियम इज 23, क्लोरीन का 35.5, दोनों मिला के हो गया 58.5. सिमिलरली एल्यूमिनियम सल्फेट इज ए ह्यूज मॉलिक्यूल. दो एल्यूमिनियम के लिए 27 × 2 54. सल्फर, 3 सल्फर के लिए 32 × 3. 12 ऑक्सीजन के लिए 12 × 16. कुल मिला के हो गया 342 इज द मोलर मास और मोलिकुलर मास ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम सल्फेट. शुड बी कॉल्ड फॉर्मूला मास. So 340, that means 342 gram of aluminum sulfate will have 1 mole of aluminum sulfate formula units. Since one molecule, so-called molecule, galti se mistake, one molecule of aluminum sulfate contains 2 aluminum ions and 3 sulfate ions. So 1 mole of aluminum sulfate will contain 2 moles of aluminum ion and 3 moles of sulfate ion. That I have written. Henceforth, we shall be writing Na for Avogadro's constant. A stands for Avogadro. So instead of writing 6.022 something 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 into 10 to the power 23, we write sometimes Na. So one formula unit, 1 mole of formula unit as a mass is equal to 342 gram. 342 gram you can hold in your hand. It's not that big. 342 gram is not that big. You can also hold in your hand. But that contains as molecules, galti se, Na. But as independent ions, since 2 is here, 2 into Na number of aluminum ions, 3 into Na number of sulfate ions. That I have written here. Similarly, if you take only ions, somebody will only ask you to calculate about ions. Ions they do not exist independently. अगर कोई दुकान को आप जाएं, केमिकल शॉप को जाएं, आई मीन those who sell chemicals, you ask 1 gram of nitrate ion, so he or she will give you a slap, एक झापड़ देगा. आयंस बिकते नहीं. यू गेट सोडियम नाइट्रेट. इसमें सोडियम आयन पॉजिटिव आयन भी है, नेगेटिव आयन भी है. दोनों आयन्स होंगे. एक सिर्फ पॉजिटिव आयन, एक सिर्फ नेगेटिव आयन का कोई इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं होता है, मिलके रहता है. लेकिन अगर कोई कहेगा आपको कैलकुलेट करो व्हाट इज द ग्राम आयोनिक मास, सो यू टेक नाइट्रोजन एज 14, 3 ऑक्सीजन के लिए 48, मिला के हो गया 62. सो 62 ग्राम इज कॉल्ड 1 ग्राम आयोनिक मास, which is also called 1 mole of, which is equal to 1 mole of ions, and it contains the same number of ions. We are connecting the macro with micro. This 62 gram is macro. We can see 62 gram we weigh and we can see. Of course, nitrate ion independently we can't hold it. Sodium nitrate we can hold it. This is for calculation. Now, this is a very important thing. Try to understand. Those who are now fed up, enough is enough, let us go back. And today you might be having school. Some of you would be having morning school. So they will be watching late when they return back from school. And some might be, some schools, they will promote in a group. The whole class will watch in their smart class, because this is the most fundamental concept that you'll be getting. If once your fundamental is clear, then you can solve any problem, any difficult problem you can solve. What is called atomic mass? Only atomic mass. Now the definition has changed. So any of your teacher or any senior person will be teaching you something different that what I am saying. Unfortunately, that is not correct, because you have to accept what is going on in recent times, because there is a body, world body, which is regulating laws, rules for the entire world to follow. For chemistry, IUPAC, International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. Similarly, for physics, IUPAP. And for all subjects, you have an international body which will define a particular thing and the whole world will accept it. Now, atomic mass, simply atomic mass means mass of one atom. Mass of one atom. One atom is so small you cannot measure. No balance. Tarazu, weighing machine in the world can weigh one single atom. How incredibly tiny it is. So small you can't weigh. When they are grouped together, 1 mole, 0.5 mole, 0.2 mole, माइक्रोस्कोपिक सब्सटेंस हो जाता है, हम देख पाते हो, तो हम मेजर कर पाते हैं। एक बैलेंस के जरिए हम इसको मेजर, इसका वेट, वेट इज रॉन्ग, इट्स मास। इन फिजिक्स वेट इज ए फोर्स। हम गलती से हमेशा मिस्टेक करते हैं, आपका वेट कितना? अब मेरा वेट है 65, तो वेट नहीं है। अगर आपको वेट कहना है, इसके साथ 9.8 मल्टीप्लाई करो और कहो न्यूटन में, लेकिन असल से आप कहते हो मास, लेकिन किस यूनिट में? केजी यूनिट में कहते हो मास, लेकिन बोलते हो वेट। ये गलती से मिस्टेक हम करते हैं, करते आ रहे हैं, करेंगे भी। कोई कुछ नहीं कहेगा आपका वेट कितना, मेरा वेट है 65 kg. Actually, I should have called mass 65 kg. So one atom का इतना छोटा है इसका मास, इसको बोलते हैं एटॉमिक मास, and its unit is U. Now it is U. Previously it was called AMU, atomic mass unit, old. Now it is called unified atomic mass unit, simply U. Or biology people call it Dalton. 12 कार्बन का जो स्टैंडर्ड है, इसको इसका 12.000, all zeros of the world, absolutely 12 U. That is the mass of one carbon atom. Sodium 22.98977 U, but we round off for calculation to the nearest whole number, 23 U. Similarly, fluorine, we round off to 19 U. When you say 19 U, it will mean one fluorine atom, only one fluorine atom in its unit, U unit. If I ask you what is the mass of one carbon atom, you will say 12 U. Sodium atom, one sodium atom, 23 U. It's not in gram. If you find the mass of one sodium atom in gram, it is incredibly small. But scientists have told, why to go for such a small number, 10 to the power minus 23, minus 25. So who will bother about such a, you cannot measure it. आप तो इसको मेजर नहीं कर पाते हो, तो क्यों इसका मास ग्राम में? लेकिन ये जरूरत है, आप जब ऊपर जाओगे, प्लस टू और ऊपर जाओगे, तो अब आपको एब्सोल्यूट मास चाहिए ही चाहिए। तो इसलिए आपको जानना पड़ेगा। देखो, लेकिन रिलेटिव एटॉमिक मास, इसको ओडिया में बोलते हैं अपेक्षिक पारमाणविक वस्तुत्व, रिलेटिव। तो यू कंपेयर what is the mass of one atom of any element compared to 1/12 of the mass of one carbon atom, and that too carbon 12 isotope. So that is the definition of relative atomic mass, which has no unit, simply 23, 19, कार्बन का 12, नो यूनिट। अगर आप यू लिख देते हैं इसके साइड में, बगल में, तो ये हो जाता है एक एटम का वेट, आई मीन मास। लेकिन तो इस हिसाब से वन यू और वन डाल्टन का डेफिनेशन क्या होगा? It is 1/12 of the mass of one carbon atom. एक कार्बन एटम का जो मास का 1/12 पार्ट को 1 U हम बोलते हैं. That is almost same as one hydrogen atom. Hydrogen has an atomic mass of 1. Of course, it is 1.008, but we take 1. Proton is just one electron missed. इलेक्ट्रॉन का कोई ऑफ कोर्स होता है, मास होता है, लेकिन नेग्लिजिबल. जैसे कि आपसे अगर एक बाल हेयर निकल जाता है, आपका जो 65 kg क्या 65.95 हो जाता है, इसका कोई वजूद नहीं है. जब 50 kg है, इसलिए अगर एटम है, प्रोटॉन है, अगर न्यूक्लियस है, इसके हिसाब से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन, दो इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर चला जाता है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. सो मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन, मास ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम, मास ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन, न्यूट्रॉन एंड प्रोटॉन का मास हूबहू सिमिलर है, सेम है. Exactly not same, but they are similar. So 1U is not only the mass of one hydrogen atom, one proton, neutron. It is actually defined as 1/12 of the mass of one carbon atom. But remember, for calculation, now here I will take a break to interact with those who are watching directly from the YouTube. So are you feeling good? Are you enjoying what is going on till now? Miss Sharma, are you still with us? Right? Yes, sir. Miss Sharma, are you still with us? Anyone who is with us? Write down in the message box. Absolutely, sir. Yes, Miss Sharma is there. So मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. ये टूट गया मेरा दिल. ये टूट गया. कोई बात नहीं. हाँ, अगले साल हम फिर बनाएंगे. इस साल तो चला गया मोल. लेकिन आई वाज टेलिंग यू, अगर किस एलिमेंट में मोर देन वन आइसोटोप्स, जैसे कि क्लोरीन का 2 आइसोटोप्स है, 35, 37, and the ratio 3:1, the relative abundance, we are not going to discuss about atomic mass, isotopic mass today. Now you have to take the average. Average is 35.5. Similarly, bromine has 2 isotopes, 79 and 81, with a ratio 1:1. So the average is 80. So for mole concept calculation, we will not take 79 or 81, which are the 2 isotopes of bromine. We take the average 80 because it is available in the ratio 1:1. But in chlorine, the availability is 3:1. The 35 isotope is 3 times more than the 37 isotope. So you know how to calculate the average atomic mass of an element which has more than one isotopes. We'll not discuss that. But somebody asks you how to find the mass of one atom. Absolutely in gram, not in U. अगर U में कहेगा तो आप चीट करोगे. You will cheat. Atomic mass, and you just write U. That becomes mass of one atom. But if somebody asks you how to find that in gram, then it's very simple. If this 6.02 times 10 power 22, that means Na atoms of an element weighs 1 gram atomic mass or 1 molar mass, then one atom will weigh how much? It is 1 gram atomic mass by Na. So it is 23 by Na or 1 by Na or 12 by Na. If you divide by the Avogadro's constant, then you will get the mass of one atom in gram. Let us do it. Let us do it. How quickly you can do? Pick up your pen and paper. Find the mass of one sodium atom. कौन कह सकता है? मैं आपको कहता हूं. This FQ means fun question. The fun question 1. सोडियम, एक सोडियम एटम का मास यू में कितना? ऑफ कोर्स ये दिया जाएगा. सोडियम इज 23 एंड यस, ये दिया जाएगा, आपको दिया जाएगा. सो द आंसर ऑफ ए विल बी सिंपली 23U. But the second part, to express in gram unit, you have to divide 23 gram by 6.022 10 to the power 23. Incredibly small. कितना आ जाता है? Approximately, supposing I will neglect 0.022, 6 3s are 18, 50, 6 into 10 to the power, this 23 will come up, means minus 23 gram. How small it is. So in gram, it is 3.83. Please make sure that my calculation is correct. If wrong, then you tell me. If something wrong will persist, will remain in my video, it will be a discredit, no doubt. Even if it is a silly mistake. Mistake is a mistake. Satyam and Om Arts Academy. Welcome. Now, C says also find the mass in kg, one atom. So to convert into kg, we have to divide by 1000. Minus 23 by 1000 means 3.83 into 10 to the power minus 26 kg. So kg में हो गया, ग्राम में हो गया, लेकिन चीटिंग में 23U कहने से आपको पता चल जाएगा एक एटम का मास कितना. ये पहले से नहीं था, सिंपली 23U बोलते थे, लेकिन ये डेफिनेशन आईयूपीएसी नहीं दिया था. दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 एटम का मास. एक एटम इतना छोटा होता है, इसका मास को आप इसी तरह आप एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. अगर जरूरत नहीं है तो क्यों ग्राम, क्यों केजी करोगे, इतना स्मॉल क्यों करोगे, राइट? एंड सेकेंड वन इज फाइंड द मास ऑफ 1U. ऑलरेडी आई हैव टोल्ड यू 1U का मतलब क्या है. ग्राम एंड केजी यूनिट में कितना है 1U. 1U का सी आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड हियर 1U मीन्स कितना, 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. What is mass of one carbon atom? Its gram atomic mass 12 gram by Avogadro's constant. So 12 get cancelled and this becomes 1.67 times 10 to the power minus 24 gram. This is the mass in gram of 1U, one unified atomic mass unit. Or in kg, it will be divided by 1000, it will be 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. So that is also equal to mass of one hydrogen atom, mass of one proton, mass of one neutron. So because I have already told you they are more or less the same, 1U. Now, yes, coming to molecular mass is mass of one molecule. Just like atomic mass was mass of one atom, molecular mass is mass of one molecule in U. अगर U दे दोगे तो ये मॉलिक्यूल का एब्सोल्यूट मास हो जाएगा एक मॉलिक्यूल का. बट रिलेटिव मॉलिक्यूलर मास हैज नो यूनिट. It is the mass of one molecule of any substance, may it be elementary, may it be compound, by 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. The denominator is same in the definition of relative atomic mass. But here the numerator is different. In relative molecular mass, it's the mass of one molecule. So if you want to express the mass of one molecule, absolutely, then U. Relatively, no unit, no U, nothing, simply 44. It will mean one molecule of carbon dioxide is 44 times heavier than 1/12 part of one carbon atom. But if you say U, then it will mean absolute mass of one molecule of carbon dioxide, or N2. But if you want to find the mass in gram or kg, then you have to divide by 6.02 times 10 power 23, because any number of molecules, if it weighs 1 gram molar mass, 1 gram molecular mass or molar mass, then one molecule, it will be divided by Na. So let us do this fun question 3. Pick up your pen and paper, see how quickly you can answer. Sulfuric acid, what will be the molar mass? हाइड्रोजन 2 के लिए 2, plus sulfur is 32. It will be given to you. Sulfur atomic mass is 32. And oxygen 4 के लिए, एक के लिए 16, 16 फोर्स आर 64. सो कुल मिला के हो जाता है 98. सो 98 ग्राम इज इक्वल टू 1 मोल सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का, सबका नहीं. सो 1 मॉलिक्यूल का अगर हम यू में एक्सप्रेस करेंगे क्या होगा बोलो. यू में सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड एक मॉलिक्यूल का मास कितना होगा, लिखो और बोलो. मिस श्रुति आप बोलिए, एक सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड मॉलिक्यूल का यू यूनिट में इसका मास कितना होगा. यस, राइट डाउन दोज हु आर watching from the video, YouTube video, write down. एक सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड मॉलिक्यूल का मास यू यूनिट में कितना होगा दीपशिका.
Sir, 98 U.
Yes, it is 98 U. Whatever you get the molar mass, instead of writing gram you write U. 98 ग्राम एक मॉलिक्यूल का मास नहीं है, ये किसका मास है, कितनों का, 6.02 टाइम्स 10⁻23. इतने नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स का मास है 98 ग्राम. तो इसीलिए हम चीटिंग करते हैं. एक मॉलिक्यूल का मास अगर कोई पूछता है तो हम यू लिख देते हैं. यस मिस शर्मा, इट इज 98. लेकिन अगर कोई कहेगा बाबा बच्चा हमको मत उल्लू समझो, इसका मास निकालो ग्राम यूनिट में कितना, कितने भी छोटे हो निकालो, तो ठीक है आप बोलेंगे कोई बात नहीं, हम 6.02 10⁻23 में डिवाइड कर देंगे, इसी ग्राम लिख देंगे, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है. तो हो जाएगा. अगर हम 02 को हम नेग्लेक्ट करेंगे, 6 1 जा 6, 38, 6 6 जा 6, 20, 33 इंटू 10⁻³ ग्राम. लेकिन साइंटिफिक वे ऑफ एक्सप्रेसिंग द आंसर विल बी डेसिमल आफ्टर 1 डिजिट. सो इफ यू मेक इट 1.633, इसका मतलब यू आर डिवाइडिंग बाई 10, सो यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाई 10. सो इट विल बी इंटू 10⁻22 ग्राम. So remember, when you finally express your answer and there is some power of 10, then you adjust here so that the digit that you are writing will be having a decimal after 1 digit. It was 16.33 10⁻23, but I made it 1.633 by dividing by 10 and multiplying by 10. By dividing it becomes 1.633 and by multiplying it becomes 10⁻22 gram. And if you want to convert it to into kg, divide by 1000 again. It will be 1.633 into, oh no, it is not asking. We are not bothering. So then goes to the next one. Find, oh, it's already gone. It is already gone. Find the mass of, now it is your turn. Find the mass of how quickly we can do and go away with a song. And we go away and enjoy our day with Molasses Park, where we will be playing with atoms, ions, molecules, but correlating with macroscopic world, its mass. And now after some time, its volume, if it is a gas. Now find the mass of 0.5 mole. I am explaining you in a very simple manner. Americans, when I go to US for some months, I stay with my family there. I teach in a different way, in their way. Their way is not same as our way. They go, I will tell you in the evening, I will tell you how they solve problems. But we will do by unitary method. For us, unitary method is very, very simple. It is asking, find the mass of 0.5 mole of sodium atoms. How many atoms of sodium must be there? First, let us write down Na. 23 is given. That means 23 gram is equal to 1 mole. Since the mole is given as a data, we will keep it in the left. That means 1 mole is equal to 23 gram. Mass, it is asking mass. Then the question says then 0.5 mole will be equal to how much gram? So half of it. 1 mole is 23 sodium ka. Then 0.5 mole will be half of it. 23 into 0.5 will be how much? 12.5. No, sorry, 11.5. So फर्स्ट पार्ट का आंसर हो गया 0.5 मोल ऑफ सोडियम एटम्स will have a mass equal to 11.5 grams. And how many sodium atoms will be there in it? Then we do another calculation. If 1 mole of anything atoms contains 6.022 into 10 to the 23 sodium atoms, then 0.5 mole kitna? Half of it. 6.022 10 to the 23 into 0.5. That means half. That means 3.011 into 10 to the power 23 atoms, sodium atoms. So everything you will see will be connected from mole. Yes, Miss Sharma, 11.5 gram, right gram. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन में आप यूनिट नहीं दोगे तो ये बहुत बड़ा ब्लंडर हो जाएगा. इसलिए यूनिट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. 11.5 ग्राम पहला वाला. एंड ये एटम्स, नंबर ऑफ एटम्स, सब कुछ आप मोल से कनेक्ट कर सकते हो. 0.5 मोल सोडियम एटम्स का कितने सोडियम एटम्स? सो 1 मोल में अगर इतना होता है तो 0.5 मोल में इंटू 0.5. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ मेनी वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स मस्ट बी देयर? These are so very easy, you will find if you are a beginner. I am not making complicated today because it is a fun day. But if you will be going with me, even if some of you are watching a video at a later stage, not while it is going on live, even then you can follow me. Rather, I can follow you. If you are interested, I can follow you. I will drag you to any level. In school, I take you to the second level. These are first level things which we will be doing today. How many moles water? Now we are coming, we are dealing with molecules. 0.25 mole of water. How many molecules? तो पहले वाटर का molecular mass निकालेंगे. Molecule means molecular mass. 2 into 1 plus 16 हो गया 18. So 18 gram is the molar mass. तो 18 ग्राम में is equal to 1 mole. Is equal to 1 mole. Since mole is given in the data, so let us put it in the left. So 1 mole of water is equal to 18 gram. So it is asking also about mass. So I am answering the second part. The second part first. So if 1 mole of water is 18 gram, so it is asking 0.25 mole कितना होगा? अगर सिंपल अरिथमेटिक कैलकुलेशन आप नहीं कर पाओगे तो सॉरी, आपका मोल कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं हो पाएगा. अगर कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं कर पाएगा, मल्टीप्लिकेशन टेबल आपका जो है 2 1 2 2 2 2 टाइम्स टेबल, 3 टाइम्स टेबल, एटलीस्ट you have to remember up to 10 times table. Then everything will be following. At our time, we were memorizing 25 times table. 25 1 ja 25, 25 2 ja 50, 25 3 ja 75, and so on. 25 time table. So if 1 mole of water is 18 grams, then 0.25 will be 18 into 0.25. That means 4 times less. तो कितना हो गया? 1/4. 4.5. So 0.25 mole water का mass होगा only 4.5 gram. And how many molecules it will have? Again, mole से, सब मोल से निकलेगा. सब मोल से निकलेगा. 1 mole अगर 6.022 10 to the 23 molecules. यहाँ molecules. Then 0.25 mole will contain 6.022 10 to the 23 into 0.25, मतलब 4 times less. 1.505 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of water. Please, I give you the permission to make any correction if I commit any error, mistake, because I'll be going very fast. This is over. 7. 2 gram of calcium contains, 2 gram of calcium contains how many moles of calcium atoms? How many moles? In some books, particularly in Odia medium, in some books you will find in place of moles of atoms, they will write gram atom. How many gram atoms? So that term has been deleted by IUPAC. Everything mole. To avoid confusion, MOLE, then you write MOL. That is the biggest confusion. Molecule is molecule, more than one atoms. Mole is mole. Mole is the number 6.022 10 to the 23 number. It may be molecule, it may be atom, it may be ions, it may be formula units. So that is why there is a confusion. That is why we will just drop, delete E and write MOL. How many moles of calcium atoms? How many atoms of calcium does it contain? Now, calcium atomic mass is given is 40. That means start from here. 40 gram of calcium is equal to 1 mole of calcium atoms, because atomic mass is given. It is in the form of atom. And mass data is given. So we have rightfully kept this in the left. So if 40 gram of calcium is equal to 1 mole of calcium atoms, then 1 में कितना, 2 में कितना is 1 by 40. 2 में 1 by 40 into 2. So 1 by 20 mole. ये कितना होता है 0.05. So 0.05 mole of calcium atoms is equal to 2 gram. And how many calcium atoms? Once you find the number of moles, there is no need to use the mass again. You can straightway use the number of moles. The number of atoms is equal to the number of moles into Avogadro's number Na. You can calculate later 6.022 10 to the power 23. You will get whatever, that will be the number of calcium atoms. So if 1 mole contains this many Na, then 0.05 mole of atoms will be containing 0.05 into Na. So if you find the number of moles, maybe atoms, maybe ions, maybe molecules, multiply by Na, you will get the number of atoms. Number of moles will be converted to number of atoms. So it's very easy first to find the number of moles from mass data and then connect it to the number of atoms. Now go to the next one. You have to do it. 9.8 kg of sulfuric acid is equal to how many moles of sulfuric acid? It is molecule now. Is how many moles of sulfuric acid? If it is metal, the symbol is an atom, then how many atoms? Then here, how many moles of molecules? I have written here. How many moles means how many moles of molecules, because the formula is that of a molecule. So simply saying how many moles will mean how many moles of molecules. Find out. I give you 1 minute time to come up with the answer. Let me tell you the molecular mass of or molar mass of sulfuric acid is 98. 2 plus 32 plus 16 4 are 64. Total 98. So molar mass is 98 gram per mole. And also it is asking how many molecules of sulfuric acid does it contain. First, you find the number of moles, then multiply by 6.02 times 10 power 23. Yes, 2 minutes. Maggie noodles, 2 minutes. Miss Sharma, you are following still? Yes. Okay. Tell me the answer. 9.8 kg of sulfuric acid is how many moles of sulfuric acid molecules? Now, since the time is over, we have to leave. I mean, we have to wind up this program in another 10-15 minutes. So 98 gram is equal to 1 mole sulfuric acid. And what is 9.8 kg का मतलब क्या है? 9.8 kg का मतलब 9.8 into 1000 gram. That is 98000, one decimal gone. So 9800 ग्राम. So आपको ग्राम करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हम ग्राम एटॉमिक मास, ग्राम मतलब मोलर मास इज इन केमिस्ट्री वी डू नॉट यूज द एसआई यूनिट केजी, वी ऑफन यूज gram. So if somebody asks you to explain in express in kg, you can do it. But otherwise, the data are gram. Molar mass means gram per mole always. So, but I have given 9.8 kg means 9800 gram. So if 98 gram is 1 mole, then 1 gram is equal to how many moles? 1 by 98. And 98,000, sorry, 9,800 gram is equal to 1 by 98 into 9,800. So it will be, answer is 100 moles. 9.8 kg of sulfuric acid is 100 moles of sulfuric acid. And how many molecules it has? इसमें multiply करो Na. So number of H2SO4 molecules is equal to 100 into 6.022 10 to the power 23. That means here 10 to the power 2 is being in multiplication, powers are added. So 6.022 into 10 to the power 25 molecules. So one answer is 6.02 10 to the power 25. The other answer is 100 moles. Did you understand, Shruti, Akanksha? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And those who are watching in the YouTube, following, some others will watch later when they will return back from school, because I'm making this video, but no one has exactly the time slot to celebrate Mole Day as per the schedule. And 6.02, that means 2 minutes past 6 a.m. हम शुरू करते हैं हमेशा, हम फॉलो करते हैं ये जो जो अमेरिकन करते हैं ना, उसको हर हर कंट्री फॉलो करते हैं. ये भी जस्टिफाइड है, ये भी जस्टिफाइड है, हम ऐसे फॉलो नहीं करते हैं, इसका जस्टिफिकेशन है. नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट वन. नाउ दिस यू विल डू एट होम. दिस fun question 9 will be thrown to you. 3.011 times 10 to the 22. No, let us do it here. 10 to the 22 nitrogen atoms is equal to how many moles of nitrogen atoms? What will be its mass in gram? It's very easy. Take your pen. What is given? Number of atoms is given. So write 6.022 10 to the power 23, any atom, say nitrogen atoms, is equal to 1 mole. Atoms? Atoms. So when we shall correlate with mass, we take atomic mass because it is atoms. Now finding the number is nothing. 1 mole of anything is this number, 6.02 10 to the 23. So if this number Na, which we call Na, atoms of nitrogen, don't confuse it, this is nitrogen atom, not gas. It is N2, nitrogen gas. इसका molecular formula is N2. Nitrogen atom is 1 mole of nitrogen atoms. Then एक में कितना 1 by 6.022 10 to the 23. Then what is the given in 1? 3.011 into 10 to the 23, 22 will be equal to. So क्या हो जाएगा? ये बन गया 2, ये हो गया 10. So it is 1 by 20 mole. Same 0.05 mole of nitrogen atoms. आप बताइए, अगर मेरा कोई गलती है कैलकुलेशन में, आप इसको सुधार दीजिए. सही है क्या? एंड इट इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज द मास. कोई बात नहीं, नाइट्रोजन का एटॉमिक मास दिया हुआ है 14. अगर 1 मोल ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एटम्स इज इक्वल टू 14 ग्राम, हमेशा हम मोल ले लेंगे. अगर मोल हमने कैलकुलेट कर चुके हैं तो instead of touching our nose like this directly, let us not touch the nose like this. Very difficult. So instead of going again from the number of atoms, 6.02 10 by 23 number of atoms is equal to 14 gram. 1 में कितना, इसमें कोई बात नहीं. मोल, हमने मोल अगर नहीं पूछा होता तो हम ये कर सकते थे, लेकिन ये क्वेश्चन में मोल पूछा गया है. 0.05 मोल ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एटम्स. सो 1 मोल ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एटम्स, अगर इसका मास है 14 ग्राम, देन 0.05 का कितना हुआ मोल इज इक्वल टू 14 इंटू 0.05. 0.07 ग्राम. So this number of atoms of nitrogen is not only 0.05 moles of nitrogen atoms, but also it weighs only 0.7 gram. Let us go to the next one. It's talking about molecules. These many molecules of oxygen molecule कितने मोल? अगर मॉलिक्यूल है तो ऑक्सीजन का फॉर्मूला है O2. ये मॉलिक्यूलर मास हो जाएगा. एटॉमिक मास में काम नहीं चलेगा. मॉलिक्यूलर मास इज 32. तो इसका मास is not asking, it is only asking about mole. ठीक है. 6.022 10 to the power 23 oxygen molecules is equal to 1 mole of oxygen molecules. 1 mole means 1 mole of oxygen molecules. Is it understood? So 1 में कितना और 3.011 into 10 to the 25 oxygen molecules is equal to how many moles? 1 by 6.022 10 to the 23 into 3.011 into 10 to the 25. सो ये कट गया 2 हो गया, ये कट गया ऊपर हो गया 100. सो 100 by 2 इज इक्वल टू 50 मोल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल. ठीक है. इसका अगर मास पूछा होता तो 1 मोल का मास इज 32 ग्राम. ऑक्सीजन इज O2. देन 50 मोल्स का मास कितना होता? 50 इंटू 32, 1600 ग्राम or 1.6 kg. But the question is not asking about mass, asking about how many moles. So 50 moles. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Yes. Now, this is the one which we'll be doing. I will defer the discussion on gas to 5 p.m. program. When we will wind up, we will first study a little bit talk about the volume of gas, which we can't do today. Let us not study breathlessly. We will study a very important concept, mole concept about gas, dealing with gas volume, which we have not yet done. How many moles of each of hydrogen, phosphorus, oxygen atoms must be present in zero point 0.2 mole of phosphoric acid? Also, how many atoms of each element must be there? First, it is asking how many moles of atoms. Then, how many atoms? Once you find the number of moles, you can find the number of atoms by just multiplying by Na. Now, since it is a compound, let us find out its molar mass, molecular mass. Hydrogen 3 into 1 plus phosphorus is 31. It will be given. It will be given to you. Phosphorus is 31. Or you can refer to a periodic table. You will find molar mass, atomic mass. Plus 16 into 4 is 64. So, कुल मिला के ये भी हो जाएगा 98. है कि नहीं? ये भी हो जाएगा 98. सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का जितना फॉस्फोरिक एसिड का उतना ही, है कि नहीं? Yes, 98. So, oh no, it's not necessary. It is not asking mass. One molecule, you tell me, one molecule में कितने हाइड्रोजन एटम्स हैं, कितने फॉस्फोरस एटम्स हैं, कितने ऑक्सीजन एटम्स हैं? कंटेन्स 3 hydrogen atoms, 1 phosphorus atom, 4 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स. अगर वन मॉलिक्यूल में 3, 1, 4 इस नंबर में है तीनों एलिमेंट्स, देन वन मोल में कितना आएगा? मोल, डोंट कंफ्यूज मॉलिक्यूल विथ वन मोल में कितना आएगा? 3 इंटू Na हाइड्रोजन एटम्स, 1 इंटू Na फॉस्फोरस एटम्स. यहां जगह नहीं है, यहां 4 इंटू Na ऑक्सीजन एटम्स. लेकिन मैंने क्वेश्चन में 0.2 मोल पूछा. अगर 1 मोल में आएगा 3 मोल, दैट मीन्स 3 इंटू Na. नो, Na नहीं लिखेंगे, बाद में लिखेंगे. हम इसको बाद में लिखेंगे. ये लिखेंगे 1 मॉलिक्यूल में अगर 3, 1, 4 एटम्स हैं तो 1 मोल में कितना आएगा? 3 मोल्स ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम्स. 1 मोल, don't confuse with mole and molecule. Mole of phosphorus atoms plus 4 moles of oxygen atoms. So the first part answer is about to come. अगर 1 मोल में 3 मोल्स, 1 मोल 4 मोल आता है, so in 0.2 मोल of phosphoric acid कितना आएगा? 3 इंटू 0.2 कितना? 0.6 मोल ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम्स. 1 मोल पे 3 मोल होता है हाइड्रोजन एटम्स, लेकिन आपको मैंने 0.2 मोल दिया है. सो 0.2 मोल में इंटू 0.2, 0.6 मोल प्लस 1 मोल में 1 मोल फॉस्फोरस एटम्स आता है, लेकिन मैंने दिया 0.2 मोल. सो 0.1 इंटू 0.2 वही 0.2 मोल फॉस्फोरस एटम्स. एंड फाइनली 1 मोल में 4 मोल ऑक्सीजन एटम्स है, तो 0.2 मोल में 4 इंटू 0.2 दैट इज 0.8 मोल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एटम्स. ये फर्स्ट पार्ट का आंसर हो गया. हाउ मेनी मोल्स ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, फॉस्फोरस एंड ऑक्सीजन एटम? हाउ मेनी मोल्स? 0.6, 0.2, 0.8 इसका आंसर है. क्योंकि एक मॉलिक्यूल में 3 हाइड्रोजन, 1 फॉस्फोरस, 4 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स हैं, तो एक मोल में, डोंट कंफ्यूज मॉलिक्यूल विथ मोल. 1 मोल मीन्स so many large number of molecules. 1 मोल में मोल के हिसाब से 3 मोल हाइड्रोजन, 1 मोल फॉस्फोरस, 4 मोल्स ऑक्सीजन। तो लेकिन क्योंकि हमने 0.2 मोल आपको दिए हैं, एक मोल में अगर 3 मोल्स हाइड्रोजन है, सो इन 2.3 into 0.2 0.6, 1 into 0.2 0.2, 4 into 0.2 0.8. So these are the number of moles of the atoms of three elements present. And to find the number of atoms, multiply number of hydrogen atom is equal to, sorry, yes, is equal to 0.6 into Na. Number of phosphorus atoms is it 0.2 into Na. You calculate at home. You know what is Na. And number of oxygen atom will be 0.8 into Na. You calculate at home. You will find the answers. So you found number of moles of each element of atoms and number of atoms. Once you find the number of moles, कितने डजन, हमने 4 डजन केला लाए हैं घर को, तो कितने हुए? 12 into 4, 48 केलेस, केले हमने लाए हैं। सिमिलरली हाउ मेनी मोल्स? 0.6 मोल। लेकिन हाउ मेनी एटम्स? सो 0.6 into Na. सो मोल्स एंड नंबर से, नंबर में अंतर है, अंतर का मतलब फासला, फासला मतलब इज मल्टीप्लाइड बाय Na। नंबर ऑफ मोल्स के साथ Na मल्टीप्लाई कर देने से आपको नंबर मिल जाएगा, कितने नंबर ऑफ एटम्स, कितने नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, कितने नंबर ऑफ आयंस, ये मिल जाएगा। ये आप खुद कीजिए एट होम, ये भी आप खुद कीजिए। नाउ यही हम खत्म करते हैं आज का प्रोग्राम। ये 12 में है, हाउ मेनी मोल्स ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स एंड ऑक्सीजन एटम्स मस्ट बी प्रेजेंट इन दीज मेनी मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड। अगर मॉलिक्यूल का नंबर दिया हुआ है तो हम शुरू करेंगे किससे? 6.022 इंटू 10⁻23 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल्स जो भी हो इज इक्वल टू 1 मोल कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड। पहले मॉलिक्यूल का नंबर ऑफ मोल्स निकालते हैं, देन ए कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल कितना मोल हुआ? 1/6.022 10⁻23 मोल। हमने दिया है 3.011 इन 20/23, सो दिस बिकम्स, ये हो गया 2, ये कट गया तो सिंपली 1/2 मीन्स 0.5 मोल ऑफ CO2। ठीक है, तो रिमेंबर इन ए मॉलिक्यूल CO2 or anything, the number of atoms of each element is called atomicity। कार्बन का एटोमिसिटी 1, एक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल में एक कार्बन एटम है, 2 ऑक्सीजन एटम से, सो एटोमिसिटी ऑफ कार्बन इज 1 एंड एटोमिसिटी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज 2। अगर मॉलिक्यूल का नंबर ऑफ मोल्स हमने पहले निकाल दिए तो नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ एटम्स ऑफ ईच एलिमेंट विल बी दिस मोल ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स multiplied by the corresponding atomicity. So number of moles of carbon is equal to 0.5 into 1, वही रहेगा क्योंकि एक मॉलिक्यूल में एक कार्बन एटम है। लेकिन यहां मैं करता हूं नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एटम्स इज इक्वल टू 0.5 इंटू 2, बिकॉज एक मॉलिक्यूल में 2 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स हैं, इज इक्वल टू 1। सो 1 मोल ऑफ O atoms and 0.5 mole of C atoms. So it is asking how many moles of C atoms and how many moles of O atoms are present in these many molecules of carbon dioxide. So हमेशा कोई भी डेटा आपको दिया हो आप इसको मोल में कन्वर्ट कीजिए। अगर मॉलिक्यूल है, सो मेनी मोल्स ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स। आप एटम में है, सो मेनी मोल्स ऑफ एटम्स। इफ इट इज इन मॉलिक्यूल्स, आफ्टर हैविंग फाउंड आउट द मोल्स, नंबर ऑफ मोल्स, यू मल्टीप्लाई बाय एटॉमिसिटी। अगर आपको दिया जाएगा N2O3, तो इन N2O3 नंबर ऑफ मोल्स निकलेगा, अगर N2O3 का 0.1, तो number of moles of nitrogen atoms will be 0.1 into 2, that means 0.2, and number of moles of oxygen atoms will be 0.1 into 3, that is 0.3. So once you find the number of moles of the entire molecule, compound molecule, then multiply with its atomicity of each element, you will find the number of moles of the atoms of that corresponding element. मुझे लगता है मैं आपको समझा पा रहा हूं, ये मेरा गट बोलता है। गट का मतलब ये टॉमिक गट बोलता है। अगर मैं सही नहीं हूं, आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं, इसका मतलब आप और एक बार देखना पड़ेगा। आपका नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है। मे बी later stage you watch again, you will understand everything and you do it again, you do calculate all these fun questions again. Find the mass in gram and in u, ये तो चीटिंग है। Units for each of oxygen एटम के लिए 16 आपको यूज करना पड़ेगा, एंड मॉलिक्यूल के लिए आपको मॉलिक्यूलर मास यूज करना पड़ेगा। यू में तो सिंपली यू, देन इन ग्राम यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाई 6.02 times the power 23. Now we will be stopping here because we will be going to another interesting concept of volume of gas. So this I will leave it to the evening program, while we'll be doing these things, some concept about density of gases and solids and other things, and then we'll be doing some practice questions you can solve if you have time at home and you are not going by chance to school. Then you can solve all questions excepting gas. Whenever you find the volume, then you leave it to the evening program. You can do rest, you can do everything, you can do this 10 fun questions. Set B is there, and this is a competition question. If you can answer, you can get a prize. It's very simple, you can answer it. And these are the MCQs, multiple choice questions. All the answers are given, but don't look to the answers. Answers to set A, set B, all are given, but you are supposed to solve yourself in a copy and then tally with the answer, check with the answer. If it doesn't tally, doesn't match, either you have to repeat it, or I might have done something wrong. You can ask me. If you find it is wrong 2 times, then you can. So MCQs का भी आंसर है, check if it is correct. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And this question, the answer is not given. This is the competition question. But don't worry. In the daytime, if you don't have time, you forget. You go to school, do whatever you like. Join 5 o'clock. And within maybe 30-40 minutes, we will be completing the gas part, the volume part. Then we'll be doing a lot of, fun. Send your dance clip and be ready. Who will be singing in the Zoom? Yes. And we'll be closing exactly at 6:02. 6:02 में शाम को हम फिनिश करेंगे, टू ऑनर Avogadro, the great scientist and those who invented them. So many scientists were responsible. So this is a channel. If you are viewing the channel, this is meant for class 9, 10, 11, 12 topics of chemistry and physics. That comes in 9 and 10. But for 11, only chemistry. Important topics will come, so you will benefit from that. So this is my duty to request you. Of course, at the end, I am doing. I'm not greedy to nowadays you find any YouTube, they will be immediately starting. अगर आपको पहले से आप कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए भी नहीं, कर दो जैसे कि ऑर्डर दे रहे हैं, ये मुझे ताज्जुब लगता है। मेरे को ही ऐसा सब्सक्राइबर नहीं चाहिए, मेरा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है सब्सक्राइबर बढ़ाने के लिए, लेकिन यस, व्हेन सब्सक्राइबर्स बढ़ते हैं तो ये हमको एनकरेजिंग लगता है, हमको एनकरेजमेंट मिलता है। तो आई रिक्वेस्ट, इफ यू थिंक दैट यू विल बी बेनिफिटिंग फ्रॉम दिस यूट्यूब चैनल, व्हाट इज कॉल्ड SST केमिस्ट्री, you subscribe to the channel and also hit on the like button for today's. If you have really understood and enjoyed this program. Bye bye. Have a more day, fun day. Bye bye. I disconnect from the YouTube now. See you in the evening exactly at 5 o'clock. Hello. Uh, participants from